Dolphins 20, Giants 9. It was not a pretty game. My boy Mike Glennon actually suffered a concussion. They're not sure when it happened. Giants offense, red zone, and play calling and drop passes were a big problem. The Dolphins weren't great in this game, but they found a way to win. I think they had 5 wins in a row.
Yeah,
5 wins
1
in
and
a
7.
row.
They were 1 and 7.
Are the Dolphins going to the playoffs?
I will say this, and I said this last.
There's a path to 9 wins.
No, I'm not going to say that, but I will say this, and hopefully not jinx this person. We were down, and I was down in particular on Tua. Tua has looked really good. He's made progress the last 2 weeks, and I'm happy for him because, as I mentioned last week, Miami, the Deshaun Watson stuff, and it's unclear if they wanted him stuff and whether they're going to draft a quarterback this draft stuff last spring, that is. In the last 2 weeks, today, on Sunday, he was 30-41 for 241, not a ton of yards, 6 yards average, but 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And then last week against the Carolina Panthers, 27 of 31 for 230 yards, 7.4 yards per completion, per attempt. Not great, but whatever. 1 touchdown. Again, no interceptions. He's getting better. I mean, that's really all you can ask for your second-year quarterback who looks more comfortable, who's not making silly mistakes, whose arm strength looks better than we gave him credit for. Jalen Waddle's balling out. He got hurt on a play. I have to come up with a name for these plays. Like, he caught the ball, no one touched him. He got up, and smartly, the Giants defender, I think Logan Ryan, punched the ball out, and it was legitimately a fumble. And in the process of him trying to recover the ball, which Jalen Waddle did, I think he tweaked his knee maybe. He came out for a little bit. I don't know if he returned. But again, these are stupid mistakes. Like, I don't understand why on every single loose ball the defense doesn't swarm and pick it up. I don't understand when you're not touched as an offensive player, you either give yourself up or get up and run. It's a whole thing. But anyway, hopefully Jalen Waddle's okay, played well, but the sort of the silly mistakes drive me crazy.
And it's funny you mentioned Logan Ryan because he did say after the game, hey, I can play quarterback too. I'm a lot like Tua. I can throw 2-yard passes to the left. The losing defensive player is making fun of the starting quarterback of the other team, which is kind of funny. Debo just had the stat up there, and I think one key of the Dolphins' winning streak, this 5-game winning streak, they are only giving up 11 points per game during this streak. If you're giving up 11 points per game, you are going to win most of your games. And because the defense has been so good, Tua hasn't been forced to take chances and throw downfield. And he's done that okay because when it happens, the defenders like Logan Ryan, they're so shocked and caught off guard by it. They're like, holy crap, he just threw it more than 10 yards downfield. We weren't ready for that. And so, this is one of those, if the Dolphins fall behind a game 14-0, do you think there's any chance they're coming back? It doesn't feel like they have that kind of offense because Tua's just dinking and dunking. But right now, dinking and dunking is working because their defense is playing so well. And, Tua's getting his feet underneath them and getting more comfortable every week.
And by the way, Breach, you can dink and dunk with Jalen Waddle. You throw him a little shallow cross.
Right, he'll take it to the house.
Or Gesicki catches a one-handed 30 yards down the field, which seems to be his only go-to. Let me ask you guys this. So Miami's 13th at 6-7, won 5 in a row, as we said. Of the teams above them, who wins head-to-head on a neutral field? Miami versus Denver. Who are you taking?
I would currently take Miami.
Breach?
Probably Miami.
Yeah, me too. Miami versus Cleveland.
Miami.
Didn't even hesitate on that one.
My God.
You can't run it. Miami's run defense is good. They're a pass funnel. Good luck, Baker, with your shoulder.
Probably Miami, but this 5-game winning streak, the Ravens are the only good team they've beaten.
Your next question? Miami.
Vegas.
Miami.
Breach.
Vegas and Miami played earlier this season. Vegas won.
Well, who are you taking?
Earlier in the season.
Probably Miami.
All right. The Colts are the 9th seed.
Colts.
And then the Steelers.
Yeah, probably Miami.
That game would be 2-1.
I do think it's interesting that there are 3 teams who we thought were going to have. Well, no, we thought two of the 3 we thought would have good defenses coming into the year: Miami and Washington. The Chiefs, we didn't know what the hell they'd be,
and it took them 8 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah, but that's important for down the stretch. From a gambling perspective, from a fantasy matchup perspective, from a who makes a playoff perspective. If Washington and Miami figured it out, that's a different story. Like Miami was giving up 30 points per game in the first Debo put the graphic up, the first 20 or first 4 to 6 weeks of the season, and now they're giving out 11. If you're giving about 11 points per game, you're going to win a ton of games. There you go, 8 weeks, 30 points per game. Last 5, 11 per game.
That includes that 45 burger from the Buccaneers. 35 burger from the Bills, 35-0. That was week 2. Those are one of the games I was talking about.
And also, Jalen Phillips has turned into a stud.
And the freaking Falcons scored 30 points on them. Think about that.
I know that game feels like
They lost to Jacksonville. How is that possible?
Man, let's didn't lose to the Jets.
it's in London, right? Isn't that London?
They have a 2-point loss to the Falcons, and they lost by a field goal to the Raiders and Jags. If just one of those games had gone the other way.
Now, and we need to get off this stupid game, but I will point out their 5-win streak is against the Texans, Ravens on that Thursday night, Jets, Panthers, Giants. Their bye's coming up, and they have the Jets on the next afterwards. They might not be that good.
No, that's fine. But I mean,
that's a pretty bad run.
Their defense is better. And I think if you're Tua, you can take some positives out of the last, month and a half.
Yes, Tua unfairly maligned, playing much better, wasn't given a fair shake.